Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host.
And I'm Julia, your co-host. We're so happy you're here with us today.
In today's episode, we're talking about something very important for all English learners. Stop thinking, start talking.
Yes, this topic is close to our hearts because so many learners feel nervous or shy. They stop to think about grammar or vocabulary before speaking, and then they lose confidence.
Exactly. And we want to show you that speaking English doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to translate every word in your head. You can start speaking with what you already know.
And when you do that, you learn faster, sound more natural, and feel more confident. So today we'll share practical tips, real examples, and even a small practice activity at the end to help you stop thinking and start talking.
So grab your notebook, or just listen and relax. By the end of this episode, you'll feel more ready to speak English without fear.
Let's get started.
Before we jump into tips, let's talk about why so many people overthink before speaking English. Julia, have you noticed this with your students?
Oh yes, Jason. A lot of learners tell me I know the words in my head, but when I try to speak, I freeze. This happens because they're thinking about grammar rules, pronunciation, and mistakes all at the same time.
Exactly. It's like trying to drive a car and read the manual at the same time. You can't move smoothly. Your brain becomes busy with rules instead of communication.
Another reason is fear. Many learners worry that other people will judge them if they make mistakes. They think, what if I say it wrong? That fear makes them pause and stay silent.
Right. And sometimes it's not just fear. It's also the habit of translating from your native language into English. This takes extra time and makes your speech sound slow or unnatural.
Yes, your brain is working so hard to find the perfect words that you forget the main goal, just communicating.
So if you've ever felt stuck or nervous before speaking, remember, you're not alone. Almost every English learner goes through this stage.
And the good news is, you can break this habit. In this episode, we'll show you how to speak more freely, more naturally, and with more confidence.
Exactly. Now that we understand why overthinking happens, let's explore the benefits of speaking without overthinking. So now we know why many learners overthink. Let's talk about the power of speaking without overthinking. Julia, what changes have you seen in learners who start speaking more freely?
Oh, so many positive changes, Jason. When learners stop worrying about every word and just talk, they become more fluent. Their sentences flow more naturally. Even if they make small mistakes, they communicate their ideas better.
Exactly. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, you wobble, but if you keep moving, your balance improves. Speaking English works the same way movement creates improvement.
Another benefit is confidence. When you speak without overthinking, you start trusting yourself. You realize, hey, people understand me even if I'm not perfect. That feeling motivates you to speak more.
Yes, and the more you speak, the faster your brain learns. You build automatic patterns in your head. Words and phrases come quicker because you've practiced using them, not just thinking about them.
And let's not forget the social side. People respond warmly to someone who speaks with energy and confidence, even if their grammar isn't 100%. You sound friendlier and more natural.
So speaking without overthinking is not about being careless. It's about focusing on communication first, perfection later.
Exactly. And in the next steps, we'll show you simple ways to train yourself to speak freely, starting with easy sentences.
Let's dive into step 1. All right, let's begin with our first step. Focus on simple sentences first. Julia, why is this so powerful for English learners?
Because simple sentences remove the pressure, Jason. Many learners try to make long, complicated sentences with perfect grammar. That slows them down and makes them nervous. But if you start with short, clear sentences, you speak faster and feel more confident.
Exactly. Instead of trying to say, I would have gone to the market if I had known it was open, you can just say, I didn't know the market was open. I wanted to go. It's simple, and people understand you right away.
Yes, and when you get used to saying short sentences, you build a habit of speaking. Your brain starts to connect ideas in English automatically. Later, when you're ready, you can make your sentences longer.
This approach also reduces mistakes. Because you're not juggling so many words and grammar rules at once, you can focus on clarity.
Here's a small tip for listeners. Take one idea at a time. For example, instead of thinking, how do I explain my whole weekend? Just say, on Saturday I played football. On Sunday I stayed home. Short and simple.
I love that. And remember, the goal at first is not perfect grammar, it's clear communication. When you're comfortable with short sentences, confidence grows naturally.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to keep it simple. Simple is powerful.
Great advice, Julia. Now let's move to step 2, which will help you speak even faster using common phrases and ready expressions. Our next step is use common phrases and ready expressions. Julia, this one can make a huge difference, right?
Absolutely, Jason. When learners memorize everyday phrases, they don't have to think so hard about grammar or word order. The phrase is already ready in their brain.
Exactly. It's like having small tools in your pocket. You just pull one out when you need it. For example, instead of thinking, how do I say I agree with you? You can simply say, that's true, or I agree.
Yes. Or when you meet someone, you don't need to create a sentence each time. Just use ready expressions like, nice to meet you, how's it going? Or could you repeat that, please? These are phrases native speakers use every day.
And the more of these, the faster you can respond. You're not creating a sentence from zero each time.
Here's a tip for our listeners. Make a small list of your favorite ready expressions. Practice them out loud until they feel natural. That way, when you're in a real conversation, the phrases just come out automatically.
Yes, this is what helps you stop translating in your head. You've already practiced the phrase, so your brain doesn't have to build it again.
And don't worry if you start with only 5 or 10 phrases. Even a small set can make you sound more fluent right away.
Perfect. So remember, common phrases are like shortcuts to fluency. In our next step, we'll show you how to train your brain to think out loud in English. All right, step 3 is one of my favorites. Practice thinking out loud in English. Julia, what does this mean exactly?
It means you speak your thoughts as they happen, even when you're alone. For example, when you're cooking, you can say in English, I'm cutting the vegetables, or I'm boiling water. You don't wait for a real conversation, you create your own practice.
Yes! This is like training your brain to connect thinking and speaking. The more you do it, the faster your mouth follows your thoughts.
Exactly. And it's great for shy learners because no one is listening. You can practice in your room, on a walk, or even whisper quietly in public.
I sometimes tell learners to narrate their day. For example, I'm leaving the house, I'm walking to the bus, I'm feeling happy today. This builds a habit of speaking without stopping to translate.
Another good trick is to describe what you see. If you're looking out the window, you can say, the sky is blue, a car is passing by, 2 children are playing. It's simple, but powerful.
Right. And don't worry about mistakes. The goal here isn't perfect grammar, it's to create a link between your English thoughts and your English voice.
When you practice this every day, even for 5 minutes, your confidence grows. You start speaking automatically in English without needing to think so much first.
That's the key: automatic speaking. And when you get used to this, speaking with other people becomes much easier.
Exactly. And in the next step, we'll talk about how to accept mistakes and keep going, which is so important when you're speaking freely.
Our next step is short but very powerful. Accept mistakes and keep going. Julia, why is this such an important mindset for English learners?
Because mistakes are part of learning, Jason. If you wait until you're perfect, you'll never speak. When you accept mistakes, you free yourself to practice more, and practice is what makes you better.
Exactly. Think about children learning their first language. They make mistakes all the time, but they don't stop talking. That's how they learn so fast.
Yes, and most people are kinder than we think. If you make a small grammar mistake, native speakers will still understand you. They're usually happy you're trying to speak their language.
I like to tell learners, communication first, correction later. Focus on sharing your message. Now you can improve your grammar later with practice.
That's a great line. And remember, every mistake you make is a lesson. It shows you what to work on next time.
So don't let fear of mistakes stop you. Keep talking, keep practicing, and your English will improve naturally.
Perfect. In the next step, we'll talk about how to build your confidence with small conversations.
Now let's move to step 5, build confidence with small conversations. Julia, why do you think starting small is so helpful?
Because small conversations feel safe, Jason. When you try to have a big, deep conversation in English right away, it can feel scary. But if you start with short, friendly chats, you build confidence little by little.
Exactly. You can begin with simple greetings, saying hello to a classmate, or asking, "How are you?" to someone online. Even 2 or 3 sentences are enough at first.
Yes, and you don't need to find a special partner. You can practice with friends, family, or language partners online. The point is to use English with real people in short, relaxed moments.
And every time you finish a small conversation, you feel a little stronger. Your brain thinks, "I did it. I can speak English." That positive feeling makes you want to try again.
I tell my students confidence grows through action, not waiting. Small conversations are like small steps that lead to big progress.
That's a great way to say it. In our next part, we'll look at some common mistakes people make when trying to speak without overthinking and how to avoid them. All right, now let's talk about some common mistakes people make when they try to speak without thinking. Julia, what's the first mistake you see often?
The first one is speaking too fast. Some learners think, if I talk quickly, I'll sound fluent, but speaking too fast can confuse both you and the listener. It's better to speak clearly and at a comfortable speed.
Yes, clarity is more important than speed. The second mistake is freezing when a word doesn't come to mind. Instead of pausing and trying to translate, just describe the idea or use a simpler word.
Exactly. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "I need something to stay dry in the rain." People will understand, and you keep the conversation flowing.
The third mistake is worrying about perfection. Some learners stop mid-sentence to correct themselves. Remember, small mistakes are okay. Your goal is communication first, grammar later.
And finally, some learners only practice in their head. You have to actually speak out loud to train your brain and mouth together.
Right. Avoid these mistakes, and you'll notice your speaking becomes smoother and more confident over time.
Next, we'll do a fun mini practice activity to help you start speaking freely without overthinking.
All right, listeners, now it's time for a mini practice activity. This is where you can try speaking without overthinking. Julia, Can you explain what we'll do?
Of course, this activity is simple and fun. I want you to pick 3 things you see around you right now. Then describe them out loud in English, using simple sentences.
For example, if you see a chair, you can say, "This is a brown chair. It is near the table. I can sit on it." Don't worry about mistakes, just speak freely.
Yes, and try to add one feeling or action. For example, I am sitting on the chair. It feels comfortable. This makes your sentences more natural.
Take about 1 minute for each item. So 3 items will take about 3 minutes. You can do this anytime at home, in the park, or even while walking.
The goal is to train your brain and mouth together. Speak your thoughts out loud, even if they are simple. You'll notice your confidence growing quickly.
Exactly. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it becomes to speak without stopping or translating in your head.
Try it now, and don't worry if it feels strange at first, it will get easier each day.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about motivation and how this connects to real life. Julia, why is this important for learners?
Because practicing speaking English without overthinking is not just about the language, it's about confidence and communication in real situations. The more you practice, the more doors open for you, whether it's at work, school, or meeting new people.
Absolutely. I've seen learners start with tiny sentences, and after a few months, they can join real conversations, give presentations, and even make friends in English. That progress comes from starting small and speaking regularly.
Yes, and it's important to celebrate every small success. Even if you spoke one short sentence today, that's progress. Every step counts.
So remember, listeners, your goal isn't perfection. Your goal is connection, learning, and growth. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and don't let fear hold you back.
Exactly. And the more you use these steps, simple sentences, common phrases, thinking out loud, accepting mistakes, and small conversations, the more confident you'll become in real-life situations.
That's right. Now, let's finish with our outro. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. We hope you enjoyed learning how to stop thinking and start talking in English.
Yes. Remember, speaking freely takes practice, patience, and courage. Start small, make mistakes, and keep going. You'll see progress faster than you think.
Don't forget to try our mini practice activity from today. And if you liked this episode, please subscribe, share, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear about your progress.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Keep speaking, stay confident, and we'll see you in the next episode.